Hi everyone, in today's video we are going to do a cash planning, but I'm going to show you how I plan my my monthly, or not my monthly, but my bi-weekly pay on my Google Sheets that I created on my own. This is going to be for the pay period of April 20th through May 5th. So I am salary, so I do get paid on like those exact dates. It could vary like 2 days before, 1 day. It just depends on when it really does fall. So, and then my private practice that I do have as my business, that one I get paid if it's my private pay clients. Those I get paid whenever they pay me, whenever the session is like 2 days after I get paid, because that's how long it takes. And then insurance clients, I get paid the 15th and the 31st. So I kind of know when I'm going to get paid. But yeah, so let's get started. Let's see. Hold. Okay, so I am going to screen record my laptop. That way you all can see what I'm doing while I'm also talking to all of you. Okay. Okay, it's recording. Okay, so like I mentioned, it is from April 20th through May 5th. But before we get started, welcome to my channel. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Yanette, and we do a little bit of everything on this YouTube channel. We do budgeting, cash stuffing, cash unstuffing. We do decorating. We do DIY stuff. We do lifestyle, travel, IBF talk. All of it we do. Sundays are gonna be maybe like my reset Sundays, budgeting, cash stuffing, whereas Wednesdays will be like what I did in my weekend, IBF talk, lifestyle stuff, all of that, like thrift shopping, all of that would be on Wednesdays, and Sundays would be a little bit more like I said, reset and budgeting and all of that. So thank you all for being here. If you like this type of content, please subscribe and let's get to it. Okay, so as you all can see, this is how my Google Sheet looks. And this is how I like to budget. I have bought quite a few other ones, but it just doesn't seem to work for me, honestly. I like the bi-weekly and all of that, and then I like to hide it. I have all of them here still, as you can see, but I like to hide it. I don't like seeing them all under the tab. So we're going to start with CGC. That is my full-time job. With that one, like I said, I am salary in that one. So with that one, I get paid the same thing every paycheck. So it's 2,508 on that one. Private practice, I do know because I already know, unless this can change, which is why I have budget and actual. This can change if someone cancels, but I would be getting $300 from my private pay cash clients. Insurance, this one, I need to change that. I'll just leave it at this right now. Insurance, like I said, I get paid the 31st. So insurance for this pay period is going to be $944. So that gives me $3,752 for this pay period, unless anyone cancels or anything like that. So my rent is $1,050. That's just my half of the rent. So basically it's $2,100 for the rent. My car, again, half of my car, so $340. Phone, I pay $77 for my phone. And SoCal, that one has been a lot more expensive. I do live in Southern California, and so our stove is gas, and whatever else it takes gas. But we also have a we have a chimney, and we have fireplace, and I think that's gas, but we don't use it. But gas has been quite expensive here for the SoCal gas. Gas in general is expensive, but the SoCal gas. So I'm gonna budget 60. Simple practice, which is what I use for to handle all my EHR. That one is $79. My remote EMDR, which is an intervention that I do, that's $20 a month. And then water, actually went up. Let me see. Water is going to be $55. Nothing for other. And then let's move on to business taxes. I'm going to do 100. I always do 100 each pay period. That's just so that I can pay quarterly my taxes, so that I don't feel like when I'm doing my taxes, I feel like, oh my God, I owe this much money. So I'm going to do that. Okay. I have Hogue, which is, I have a bill that I have to pay. That's 70. School is 633. Apple is 105. My mattress, 130. Other is 50. Capital One, 40. COB, 46. So my debt is 1,074. A lot of that chunk is the school one, which is, I'm not even going to get into that one. Okay. So now I have $897 left to budget. I do what's called a zero-based budget, which means that at the end, I should have $0, which means my money went somewhere I needed to go. That is it. I have to have $0 left over. So let me see here. Okay. So household, I always budget 50. Fuel, 79. I just put gas and it was like $71. But I also did let it go all the way down. So I usually never do it. It's like around 50. But because I had like 5 miles left, yeah, it was like $70. So and it's a hard pill to swallow, but yeah, it is. Okay. Restaurant, 25. Fun money, I'm going to do 30. Medicine, I'm going to do 15. And health, I'm going to do 30. Even, you know what? I'm going to do 40 in medicine because I don't have to pay technically a lot of my new IVF medications because they're mostly pills, but it did come out to be around like $40. So I'm assuming that's how it's gonna be every month. $40 for those medications. Okay, so now I have 652. Everything has been allocated for everything that I need. So like my bills, my debt, and my savings, and my expenses. Those are things that I'm like, okay, those are needed. And then sinking funds is what I usually do to have something saved for certain things. So I'm going to do clothing, 50, because I do need to buy a few things. And then car expenses, I'm going to do 10. My LCSW, which is my licensed clinical social worker. That's my title. We do renew every 2 years, and mine is coming up in October. So I need to make sure that I have that there. And then let's see. Gifts, I'm going to do 20. Mother's Day, I'm going to do another 20. So IBF pay Capital One. I had a procedure, or not a procedure, but it was like a saline thing. And that was $300, which I didn't know I would have to have. So that was unexpected. So yeah, so I'm going to put 50 there. And I just put it in the IBF one, like a sinking. I should really move it from there though. Yeah, I'm going to move it from there. IBF. Okay. Yeah, it shouldn't be here. That's just for like extra stuff. So IBF extra. Move. I will talk this a little bit later or another video, but where we moved and we knew this coming in, they're planning on demolishing like half the property to build like a 6-story building of apartments, and we have to move next year. So preparing for that move. But it is, yeah, we'll see. Okay, so trip. Let me move on to trip because I might not do anything for the move. But we do want to take a small, like, little trip before my transfer happens. We just want to be able to be relaxed and not just be relaxed, basically. So we're either thinking before the transfer or after the transfer. So I think, let's see. I'm still trying to think here. I know I want to put it for home decor, so I'm going to do 50. Furniture, I'm going to do another 50. The move, I'm going to do another 50. So the trip would be 342. That is what I'm saving for the trip. $342. Like I said, we're not thinking of doing anything big. We're honestly thinking of just going over the weekend, somewhere where we can just relax, not do anything. And yeah, that's it. We don't really want to have to like do some. We were thinking San Francisco, but then we're like, no, we're gonna be like up and down, like everywhere. So now we're like, and we're like, it just doesn't feel like it. So yeah, we're still thinking about where we're going, but yeah, this is my zero-based budget. Now you see how left to budget. I have nothing left. Like if I take that 55, it says I have $55 left to budget. So now I have nothing. So that is how I like to do my budget. I don't like to have leftover money. I'm like, what do I do with that leftover money? It should go somewhere. And it is. It is going somewhere. And yeah, it's, 1,618 for bills. Those are like the necessities. Expenses 245, savings and investment 100, debt 100, 124, 1,124, and sinking fund 602. Eventually when we do get our trip, this one's not going to be here, and this will move to like the move area, pay off more debt that we need to, or actually savings, really. Yeah, so thank you all for watching this video. If you have any questions, please comment down below. But if you like this content, please continue liking and subscribing, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.